What's going on? Peace, light, and love. There we go. I am Priestess Shakesha Divine, stopping through. What an auspicious time right about now. We are in Scorpio season. Happy, hold up. Happy Halloween. Happy Day of the Dead. Happy new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio energy is such a powerful, transformative energy. It is that energy of transformation. And when that moon is in Scorpio, this is really encouraging us to embrace like the deep, intense emotions that we're experiencing, right? So that we can really be in our authenticity. This will help us in healing. This will help us in recalibrating. This will help us in aligning. And so with this, I wanted to stop through, give a quick message from the ancestors. The ancestors come through during Scorpio season, such a profound time, because Scorpio season is the time when that veil between the physical world and the spiritual world is thin. And so the ancestors, they come through with profound messages. Definitely want to give thanks to those ancestors, those ones that come through. They support us, they protect us, they encourage us, they inspire us. And when they were here, they may not have been perfect people, but that love that they got for us, y'all, definitely perfect love, no doubt about that. So we're giving so much gratitude, so much love to those ancestors that are coming through with some profound messages. And so quickly, I wanted to do this cosmic check-in because we're in Scorpio season, because we got so many planetary alignments that is really supporting us to be challenged, of course, no doubt about it, but it absolutely is setting us up to transform ourselves so that we can heal and we can release a lot of those things that has held us back and stopped us from really being able to live more in alignment with the divine purpose that we're here for. And so with that, I definitely wanted to come in, bring this message in from our ancestors at this most auspicious time when we're setting these new intentions for these new beginnings with this new moon. So let's talk about this information that the ancestors is coming through with. We got the Three of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, where the ancestors is coming through, definitely letting us know about us spending some time on things that don't matter at the end of the day, right? Because see, this Three of Swords, this is all about that betrayal, that heartbreak and everything. And then the Page of Pentacles is coming in, and it's really talking to really about how we spending our time, right? And if we spending our time and we're focusing on like a lot of the things, the connections that didn't work out, the heartbreaks and the betrayals, right? The trash that these clowns was talking at the end of the day and everything, then we ain't focusing on the things that's really important, like our dreams, right? And so the ancestors is coming through letting us know that life can really be a dream come true. But if you focus on the nightmare, you really hustling backwards at the end of the day. And so spirit is coming through reminding you about how you spending your time. And so this is what this Three of Pentacles is coming through, all up in reverse, all up in reverse. High Priestess coming through, all up in reverse, all up in reverse. What is this all about again? This is about how we spending our time. We all up in our head, right? Sitting around wondering about what they said, what they gonna do, what we do, and anticipating all these outcomes and everything. And spirit and your ancestors, they all want you to know that you driving yourself crazy with that foolishness, right? You can't be sitting around focusing on that. That's not the best use of your time and your energy, right? You wasting your power on foolishness that don't matter. See, what ends up happening is that we sitting around and we spend our time with what we call NPCs. These is what we call the non-playable characters that's in our lives, right? And when we find ourselves being rejected, right, and find ourselves in situations where we trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, we find ourselves spending more time than we need to on people that's really not here to really go the distance with us, right? These are particular individuals that's meant to go in a different direction, not in the way that you going, but you sitting around around focusing all of your time on people that don't really matter at the end of your path, right? They done taught you the lesson that they came here to teach you, right? So you go ahead and you leave that where it's at and you keep it moving and move on, right? And that goes to speak to that 9 degrees mark that Scorpio new moon is at, right? Because the Scorpio, when Scorpio is at 9 degrees, it really encourages you to turn that knowledge that you have into wisdom. And if you take that knowledge and you turn that into wisdom, I promise you, your time is going to be a lot more productive, right? You're going to recognize that you're supported, right? Because the ancestors is coming through, reminding you about just how supported you are at the end of the day, right? Want to encourage you to really make sure that you're showing up for yourself, right? Not worrying about, see, when things don't really mesh right and everything, that's because it's not meant to be, right? And so don't spend your time focusing on that. This is about time for you to transform, right? This is about your transformation, right? So the Page of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, my bad. The Knight of Wands is coming through. He in reverse. Now, why is this all about, right? Because at the very end of the day, right? At the very end of the day, the ancestors want you to know when you sitting around focusing all of that madness that don't even matter. Now you on this crusade for your ego, right? You sitting around. Now listen, let me check in and make sure you understand that, because you gonna need your ego, right? Your ego definitely come through for you in some auspicious way. Making sure that you ain't disrespected out here in these streets. Definitely need that ego. Let's check in on that, right? But there's a balance to this game, right? And if we sitting around focusing on everybody that's not agreeable to the way that we going around, and we working, everybody that got a little trash talk and don't see your vision and everything, you end up wasting a whole lot of time, when what you can really be doing is expressing your creative heart. And so at the very end of the day, the ancestors is coming through, reminding you about taking that knowledge that you have, turning it into wisdom. Scorpio at 9 degrees is definitely your reminder that you turn that knowledge into wisdom. The ancestors is coming through, reminding you about turning that knowledge into wisdom. And so with that, during this particular cosmic check-in, during this particular time of transformation, this is a time for you to not dwell on those things that have happened, but learn from them and move forward, empowered. I hope that helped you out. Peace and light and love.